Hi everybody, well the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 beta for PlayStation has started, so it's time for my first impressions after playing for a few hours this evening. Now you have to remember that I'm playing this on my old PlayStation 4, and I've got to say I think this is a next gen Call of Duty. Now it's not as bad as back in the Xbox 360 days or the PS3 days when we swapped over for Black Ops 3. But I definitely feel that the graphics have taken a little bit of a step down compared to things like Vanguard, Black Ops, Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019. Now they're okay, the graphics are good, but they're a little bit muddy. Now this may well change when we go for the full release and they can optimise the game a little bit better. But I think this is going to be a Call of Duty where it's really going to shine on next gen hardware, so PlayStation 5s, Xbox Series S's and Xbox Series X's, and obviously PC. So if you're playing this on a PlayStation 5, please let me know in the comments about what you think. How does it look? However, I am extremely happy to report that Tactical Call of Duty is back. Now, I've mostly been playing Dom. In fact, I think I had one game of Team Deathmatch right at the beginning just to sort out my controls, and I've just been playing Domination because I'm really into the objective-based game modes in Call of Duty. And we've had, I think there's 3 different maps that we're playing. They've all been 6v6. Thank God, tactical pacing has gone. That monstrosity from Vanguard. The 3D sound is here. So hopefully all these things are ticking these boxes for good Call of Duties. The footsteps have a sensible volume in that you can hear people coming, but it's not incredibly loud. But if you listen and you've got your headphones down, you can hear them coming. The movement speed seems good. I think it might be slightly faster than Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019, you felt almost like Rainbow Six Siege, you know? So it's a little bit faster than that. But I don't think it's as fast as Cold War or Vanguard, which for me is really good. So I know lots of people felt that Modern Warfare 2019 was a little bit plodding. This is a little bit faster. But what we do have now is we do have sliding still, but now we've got swan diving. But luckily, it's fairly slow and fairly predictable. So if people do it, you can kind of tell and you can adjust your aim to kill them. And what's very, very good is that it's predictable in terms of people's movements around the maps. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to because there's lots of verticality in these maps. Not really in terms of lots of building verticality, in terms of going upstairs. I mean, there's a fair bit of that, but being able to get on top of objects, being able to get on top of roofs and things like that. But what I felt so far is that if I've been looking at the mini-map, especially in Domination, and thinking, okay, that my team is there, therefore the enemies must be here, and I've been able to predict pushes. Now, it might not always seem like that in the gameplay I show because I'm a bit rusty, but, you know, in Vanguard, it definitely felt chaotic, didn't it? It really did feel chaotic. That just turned me off completely, whereas in, if we go back to Cold War or Modern Warfare 2019 or previous CODs, you felt like you could predict pushes, and that's very, very important for me. The guns feel good. I've been using the M4 most of the time. I've done a little bit of customization, so I've added like a grip and a scope and things to give it less recoil, so it's better at range, and that seems good. Though I'm tempted to try it with iron sights to see what it's like that. The perk system so far seems okay. We've got this new system where you pick base perks that you start with, and then you earn more perks as the game goes on. And for me, that's fine. It really is, because what happens in Call of Duty, as you know, is that you end up with crutch perks. So everybody runs, you know, Ghost or Battle Hardened or runs Ninja or something like that. But with this system, you start off with less perks. And to be honest, I would be happy with a Call of Duty with no perks. You know, say like something like PUBG. The maps, they seem pretty good. They're not simple 3-lane Treyarch maps, but they definitely have lanes. But they're a little bit more complicated. You know, with different cut-throughs. And because of the sound, the 3D sound, that doesn't really matter because you can hear where people are, which is good. Now, we haven't had any really big maps. What I really want to see is a 10v10 map, say something like Euphrates Bridge or Sawmill from Modern Warfare 2019, or that one that was in the beta, you know, the one where it had like the urban area in the middle onto one side, and there was like this battlefield trench area on the other side. I thought that was very, very good. It's going to be interesting to see if they open up a map like that in this beta, or maybe next weekend when Xbox and PC get to play as well, because these maps are fairly simple. They're pretty urban, you know, there's basically running around buildings. And I felt one of the really cool things about Modern Warfare 2019 was the bigger maps with the more open sightlines with slightly more players. But, you know, they seem okay at the moment. And as I mentioned it before, that verticality is quite surprising. Because now we have this wall hang where you jump on something and you hang there for a second, so you can reach over and aim with your pistol if you like, or you can hop over. So generally when you're hopping over things, you have to press the button twice to hop over, but there's lots of climbing onto roofs and concrete boxes and things like that, so it's going to take a while to get used to that in terms of the sight lines on the maps. And that's good, because remember, like when Modern Warfare 2019 came out, lots of people would complain that there was too many sight lines to look for. But I think that adds to the tacticality of the game, because it slows you down. It means that if you're just rushing around all the time, you're gonna get shot up. So my first impressions are this is way better than Vanguard. You know, we've got a proper Call of Duty back. Now we know they could have sorted out Vanguard very quickly just by taking away the tactical pacing and just having normal 6v6 on most of the maps and 10v10 on the big map. They could have done that, but they chose not to. So this seems way better than that. This feels like a proper Call of Duty. At the moment, I'm not sure if it's up to the standard of Modern Warfare 2019 or Black Ops Cold War, because after playing Black Ops Cold War for sort of 6 months, I felt that was as good as Modern Warfare 2019 in terms of the way it played and the way it felt. And Black Ops Cold War was just crippled by the fact that they only had 2 years to work on it. But, you know, I'm not sure if it's as good as Modern Warfare 2019 or Black Ops Cold War, but I'll know when we play more maps and we play for longer, so the potential is there. I think this is definitely a next-gen COD, as I said before. On the PlayStation 4, the graphics feel a little bit muddy. Feels like a slight step down from Cold War Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, they're still good enough. You know, it's still zooming along at 60 frames a second, so it's not bad. But it didn't take my breath away. If you think about the first time you were in a helicopter flying into Euphrates Bridge or Sawmill in Modern Warfare 2019, and that wow factor of flying around, or even in Cold War when you were, say, on the buggies, you know, or the speedboats going towards one of the maps there, you know, you're like, oh wow, this looks really cool. I haven't had that feeling playing on the PlayStation 4. But what's so important is that I've had fun, and I felt like the tactical decisions I was making were making a difference to the game. Now, my gun skills at the moment are pretty rusty, so those tactical decisions don't always work out into success, but you know, that's my fault. You know, I can blame that on myself if my centering isn't quite up to speed at the moment, my map knowledge isn't quite up to speed. But you know, if I felt, okay, there should be a guy over there, oh, there is a guy over there, okay, he killed me, I didn't kill me, but that's my fault. It's not the game, it's not the game's fault, it's not the map, it's not the fact there's too many players on the map like would happen with Vanguard. So I know that as my gunplay gets better and my map knowledge gets better, and I can better predict where people are coming from and then actually kill them when they do, then I know this is going to be a really fun objective-based Call of Duty for things like domination and hardpoint. And to be honest, even in the non-objective game modes like TDM and free-for-all, because it will reward a slower, more tactical style of gameplay than Vanguard, which was just simply rushing around like headless chickens all the time. And I cannot wait to play more. It's getting on a little bit. It's a little bit late now, so I've got to stop. And I also can't wait to try it out on the next gen Series S Xbox next weekend as well. But for now, I've got to say, I think, fingers crossed, that Call of Duty fans are in for a treat with Modern Warfare 2 2022, because tactical COD is back, baby. Okay, that's enough from me. What do you think? Have you had a chance to play? Are you looking forward to playing? What do you think of the gameplay you've seen? Probably from people who are a little bit better than me. Put your questions and comments down below. Hit like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more of the same, and I will of course see you again soon.